Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It is 7:32 p.m. here in Florida, and I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for probably a short 30-minute live stream. It's going to be, I have a feeling it's going to be a short one. So yeah, I just got back in town. I watched the latest episode of The Mandalorian, The Return of The Mandalorian. Oh my God, I can't even speak. I just watched the latest episode of the Book of Boba Fett titled The Return of the Mandalorian. There we go. Absolutely loved it. You know what it did? It made me miss the show The Mandalorian. It made me realize how superior that show is, in my opinion, to almost every aspect of the Book of Boba Fett. It made me deep down appreciate The Mandalorian more than I think I ever have. So, yeah, I haven't seen you guys in a couple weeks, I feel like. Just got back in town from like 5 days down in Orlando, 4 days at Disney World with my daughter and my family. It was a good time. Chaotic. 4 days at Disney World is a lot. I'm going to say it's too much. We went to Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and then Epcot. Yeah, so what do you guys think? What's going on, Vince? There's some Space Mountain music. Hell yeah, man. What's up, Stuart? What'd you guys think? I thought it was fantastic, and it really made me, like I said, miss The Mandalorian. It made me realize how superior that show is. But yeah. Anyway, what's up, Brandon? Good to see you, man. Oh, Swishfish, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Swish says, seriously though, why did we get Mando season 3 episode 1 instead? Yeah, it was kind of an unexpected, to me at least. Again, I haven't looked at anything over the past week since this episode came out. I've been in the dark. The only thing that I knew happened was that Mandalorian showed up. I didn't expect the entire episode to be The Mandalorian. Yeah, man, I loved it. I thought it was great. Everything about the episode was fantastic. And once again, I cannot stress this enough. It really made me miss and appreciate the level of, I don't know. Does anyone else feel the same way? Like, watching this episode of the Book of Boba Fett just made me realize how much better that damn show is than the Book of Boba Fett. I don't know. I saw that, Brandon. Congratulations, man. Cheers. Oh, we missed you by a week. Nice. How often do you guys go down there? Do you guys have season passes? We had 3-day passes, and then we ended up adding a day just because my family was in town, and they decided to shift their days, and we ended up going 4 days in a row, and it was a lot. 4 days is a lot in a row at Disney World for, like, if you're going down like as an adult, maybe you have like an older kid. Like, we were trying to figure out what is the perfect age to take a kid to Disney World. My daughter's almost 3. She's almost 4. She'll be 4 in 3 months. And it's a lot for a 3.5, almost 4-year-old, you know? It's a lot. Days are long.
I was typing
one sec.
thing and you stole my thunder, but I'm gonna type it anyway. Yeah, as much I want new stuff and shows, I'll be damned if episode 5 wasn't ripped from a better show. It was good to be back.
Vince, thank you so much. Cheers, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good week. Wait, it's only Monday. Hope you had a good week since the last time I saw you. Cheers. Vince says, I was typing the same thing and you stole my thunder, but I'm gonna type it anyway. Yeah, as much as I want new stuff and shows, I'll be damned if episode 5 wasn't ripped from a better show. 'Twas good to be back. Yes. It's weird, Vince. It was a weird feeling to be sitting there watching this. I'm just going to call it an episode of The Mandalorian. Watching this episode of The Mandalorian, realizing that it was like an offshoot of something that we have been watching for about a month now, the Book of Boba Fett, and how much more engaged and engrossed and enthralled I was with this singular episode that was pulled from a page of a previous show, a better show in my opinion, far better show, and it kind of made me realize, I was like, oh yeah, this is a chapter in the Book of Boba Fett. Oh, I wish it wasn't. I wish I was currently watching season 3 of The Mandalorian. But it's nothing necessarily against the Book of Boba Fett. It's just still, to me, it's an okay show. But this episode, directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, heavy Mandalorian focus, was so fun and engaging and light years above what we've been getting the past 4 episodes, in my opinion, of the Book of Boba Fett. But that's just me, man. But that's just me. What do you guys think? I think it's great. I think that episode was fantastic. And I can't wait for season 3 of The Mandalorian. Did they show what the armor forged for Grogu? Did they show that, or did I miss it? There was he was holding it. Oh, one sec.
Episode, but I do acknowledge the depth that this will somehow connect to the bigger universe, especially through Book of Boba. In Dave and John, I trust. Atlas
Mastermind, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support this evening as well. Give me one sec. I'm trying to rack my brain. I don't think they showed what they the armor forged with Beskar for Grogu. It was always shown wrapped, correct? They didn't show it? Okay, good. I couldn't remember if they did. Maybe I looked down for a split second. But yeah, there were so many fun moments. Toy of some sort. It looks like chainmail. Oh, I missed that. Chainmail, really? It was chainmail, but wasn't really shown. Why do you guys think it's chainmail? Huh. Yeah, Brandon Kane, you hit the nail on the head, and I don't understand why either. Brandon says the difference in quality between the Mando show and Boba Fett show is so drastic, can't quite understand why. Yeah, it's like an inexplicable feeling as you're watching it. Just I don't know, it just feels light years above the Book of Boba Fett. And I mean, this was a Mandalorian episode for all intents and purposes, but just instantly elevated beyond what we've had the past month. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, cheers. And Atlas, Caleb, both of you guys, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Atlas says, it was a Mandalorian episode, but I do acknowledge the depth that this will somehow connect to the bigger universe, especially through Book of Boba Fett and Dave and John, I trust. Yeah, it's interesting how all of these, I mean, what do we have to compare it to, right? I'm not a big Marvel fan. I haven't really seen I have not seen more Marvel movies than I have seen. I'll just put it that way. And when it comes to Marvel TV shows, I haven't seen a single one. The only episode I've seen one episode of one what's that show called? Oh my gosh. What's the Elizabeth Olsen show? What's that show called? WandaVision. I've seen one episode of WandaVision, and I literally think that is the only episode of Marvel TV I have ever seen. But it seems like when it comes to the Book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian and the broader Disney Plus Star Wars shows that we're getting, there is going to be this grand connection of timeline when it comes to Ahsoka, and I mean, you know, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show could potentially take place right around this time frame, right? Is there a date, a timeline, like a year estimation of when Obi-Wan Kenobi show is going to be taking place, like post Fall of the Empire? Is it going to take place right around the same time? I mean, if that's the case, then all these shows are kind of running in the same exact timeline as one another, and they're just all going to be somehow connected to one another. But yeah, it was definitely a Mandalorian episode for sure, and can't quite put my finger on it. But it felt light years better than what we've had in the past month. Don't understand why. I just watched this episode today for the first time because I've been out of town for a week. Oh yeah, duh. Obi-Wan Kenobi takes place between 3 and 4. Duh. What the fuck am I talking about? Guys, I've been at Disney World for 5 days. Forgive me. What was I saying? But yeah, it'll be fun to see how it all connects.
Brandon
Atlas.
stole
What's that?
Thunder 2. Cinematography, pacing, atmosphere, effects, writing felt so separate from the other episodes. Very strange. Did they save budget for episode 5? Weird. Halo was interesting.
Caleb, Cole, Vince, and Sags, thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. But yeah, Atlas, like, as much as I would prefer this, like, giant interconnected Star Wars thing to not necessarily be front and center, if that makes sense. Like, I don't really care for... Here, let me put it this way. I'm a broken record at this point, but I really want projects that kind of break the mold and don't focus on what we're familiar with and don't continuously come back to... I mean, as fun as it was to see The Mandalorian in this episode, it was a Mandalorian episode. I want shows to stand on their own 2 feet and not be this like web of interconnected shows. Now if you watch The Mandalorian and you never watched the Book of Boba Fett, now you have to like watch up until second season of The Mandalorian, and then you have to find like a chronological order of let's say 15 years from now, there's going to be all these Star Wars shows. No, you got to start with The Mandalorian. But after season 2, don't go to season 3. Then you have to hop over to Boba Fett season 1 and watch that. And then you got to go to episode 5. And then after you finish season 1 of Boba Fett, you got to go to season 3 of Mandalorian. And then after season 3 of Mandalorian, you have to go to season 2 of Boba Fett. And then it's just going to be all this interconnected, like, oh, you got to watch this to watch this. And then you got to watch this to watch this. Like, it sounds like the biggest tornado of chaos that I don't really necessarily care for. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, Atlas. It's been fun so far, you know. But Caleb Diaz, thank you so much. Cole, Vince, and Sags, appreciate it, guys. Caleb says, good to have you back. Just wondering if you ever finished Rebels with all these animated shows becoming more important. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Cheers. I never did, man. I never did, which is a shame, right? I am so glad. Okay, so this episode did a really good job of kind of giving context, backstory, and exposition of the Darksaber and, more history of Mandalore than I believe previous episodes of The Mandalorian had. Now, for people who are watching The Mandalorian and maybe have never watched The Clone Wars, for example, and they have no knowledge of this world, this history, I thought it did a pretty good job of explaining a very condensed version of what we know, But no, Caleb, I have only seen the first season of Rebels. I don't know why I never continued with it. I remember the second season coming out, and for whatever reason, I just never continued watching it. I think it would definitely be worth jumping back into and continuing, continuing watching it. But at this point, man, like, my daughter's almost 4. Do I wait a few more years until she can watch it with me and kind of follow along? I might. At this point, man, I might. There's so many, Star Wars, like the 2003 animated short, Clone Wars, whatever you want to call it. Still haven't watched that. The Rebels, I haven't finished that. Resistance, which was a pretty fun show. Still haven't finished that. I've only seen like the first 3 episodes. What am I missing? Is that it? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Eventually I will, Caleb. Eventually I will. I enjoyed the first season of it from what I remember, but I heard that it only gets better and better as it moves on. But yeah, cheers, man. I appreciate that, Caleb. Cole Schreiber, good to see you, traveler. Cole says, finally rode the edge of the world on Monte Cristo yesterday. It was such a wild experience. Can't wait to go back and do it again. Hell yeah, man. We are, let me look this up again. I remember Googling this. I want to see another picture of it, though, when you mentioned it the other. Yeah, there we go. Oh, my God. That looks so goddamn intimidating, man. I mean, if you know what you're doing.
Welcome back.
Oh, one sec.
Hope you had a good time away. The episode was great. Bryce Dallas Howard is a very good director. Despite the show's uneven handling, I remain hopeful for an epic finale.
Sapity, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Give me one sec. Yeah, Cole, this looks so intimidating. I'm looking at what is called the Edge of the World, Monte Cristo. It's like a giant snowboarding cliff. I'm just going to call it a cliff. And, obviously, if you know what you're doing, it's probably one of the best thrills you can have. For someone like me, it would be instant death. I've only snowboarded once in my entire life up in West Virginia. I will say that I took to it pretty well. I was kind of surprised how well I did compared to my buddy, who would move 2 feet and fall on his ass every single time. But that's exciting, man. That's it. We're actually planning. I mean, kind of. It's not anywhere near your level of adventure, but we're hoping to plan a little cabin trip within the next few months. Me, my wife, and my daughter. We went last year around March. We rented a cabin in the North Georgia mountains. And it's just kind of like, we want to turn it into a yearly, like, just the three of us tradition. It's a good time, man. We just kind of like ran around. Our cabin had a beautiful mountain view, and we ran around this field out in front and played, like, me and my daughter played kickball, and it was nice, man. Had a bonfire, made s'mores, and, we want to make that our kind of a yearly tradition for the three of us. But anyway, Cole, that's exciting, man. Definitely was intimidated by it. But damn, it felt like a snowboarding on an island in the sky. I bet. Good. I'm going to have to watch some videos of this for sure. Nice. Anyway, I appreciate that, Cole. Cheers, man. If you took any pictures, maybe you haven't posted them yet, but post them up. Let me check Instagram. If the 182 people listening to my voice don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me right now. Okay? Let's see. Cole. There we go. There it is. This off season has been pretty rad. Nice, man. Oh, 22 hours ago. Oh my God. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Cheers. Vince, Sags, Sapity, Vance, and Caretaker, thank you guys so much. Vince says, Brandon stole my thunder too. Cinematography, pacing, atmosphere, effects. Writing felt so separate from the other episodes. Very strange. Did they save budget for episode 5? Weird. Halo is interesting. I haven't seen the Halo. What is it, a trailer, or is it the show actually coming out? I don't know anything about Halo. When it comes to franchises, man, I know as little as you possibly can know about Halo. I don't know anything about it. But yeah, everything about this episode of the Book of Boba Fett of The Mandalorian, everything was light years better than what we've gotten, what we were given in the past 4 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett. It's weird. It's very weird. It feels like, it does feel like a completely different show. As it should, I guess. It is. But it's weird, man. It's so weird. I feel like I watched an episode of The Mandalorian, but it's in the Book of Boba Fett catalog, and now what do I say? This is one of my favorite episodes of The Mandalorian. That's in the Book of Boba Fett. Oh, the ring. Oh, yeah, yeah, Vince. Yeah, absolutely. I loved that. I thought that was so badass looking. What a fun. I don't think they've had anything like that in Star Wars, maybe in some comics and whatnot, but I absolutely loved that city. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't know if that's like a repurposed thing from Legends, or if that's been in anything else in any Star Wars material. Let me know, guys. I've been out of town for the past week, and I have not looked at anything. I have no idea. I have no idea. Let's see. Ring City. Okay. Departs the Darksaber and Grogu's necklace. Oh, necklace. He exits through the hatch he came earlier and walks alone through the streets of the Ring City. So it doesn't have a name yet? I loved it, though. It was so cool looking, man, and yeah. The way the sun would just kind of like... Yeah, it was really neat. It was really neat. Glavis. Oh. Thank you. Who said that? What's up, Rednax? Glavis. So the city is called Glavis. Big Empire, the Book of Boba Fett, Disney Plus. Glavis was an open-looped ring world that contained a city home to a variety of species. Day and night cycles occurred due to the sunlight that passed through the open loop. During the New Republic era, Mandalorian bounty hunter Din Djarin visited the ring to locate the tribe. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. And, oops, Big Empire. So, yeah. Anyway, cool. Nice. Cheers. Loved it. Sags17 Skywalker, thank you so much for the super chat, Charles. Well, Brandon, if you're still here, and Vince, I'm curious. I want to talk Disney. I'm curious. Disney World, Magic Kingdom specifically. We went there twice in the past week. Had a 4-day pass. We went to Magic Kingdom Hollywood, and then Epcot. Damn, Magic Kingdom. I've been going to Magic Kingdom since I was a baby, since I was a kid. You know, we live 2 hours away from Disney World, so I've been spoiled basically my entire life. But Magic Kingdom needs... I realized it for the first time this year that Magic Kingdom needs a hell of a lot of updating. We'll get into that. Maybe I'll make a video about that. Anyway, Sag17 Skywalker says, "You're my absolute favorite Star Wars YouTube channel. I am thrilled about Mando Season 3 and eager to see your videos. Saludos des Mexico." Cheers, man. Yeah, I really appreciate the kind words. Half of the time I feel like I'm not even a Star Wars YouTube channel, man, because I feel like often we talk about food and nonsense and bullshit and random... like... But yeah, with the shiny, shimmery veneer of the occasional Star Wars chit-chat, right? But cheers, I appreciate that, Sags. Yeah, Mandalorian? That's Mandalorian season combined. Mandalorian Season 3. Yeah, super excited. I have no idea when that's coming out. But this episode really wet my whistle and got me super excited for whenever that is coming out, because again, that is a superior show in every sense of the word. This episode of the Book of Boba Fett made me realize how much better The Mandalorian is. But yeah, cheers, Sags. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate the kind words. And yeah, I should have an episode. I should have a video up about this episode tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow I should have an episode I mean, I should have a video uploaded tomorrow about this episode. And then on Wednesday, I should be back on track with another video of the latest episode. So, yeah, just I'm a week behind. I'm trying to catch up. So, anyway, Sapity, Vance, Caretaker, and Kevin, thank you guys so much for the super chats this evening. Sapity says, welcome back. Hope you had a good time away. The episode is great. Bryce Dallas Howard is a very good director. Despite the show's uneven handling, I remain hopeful for an epic finale. Yeah, me too. I'm really curious, like maybe incorporating The Mandalorian in the show will give it a little more, I don't know, man. Again, with episodes of The Mandalorian being so much better than the Book of Boba Fett, again, in my opinion, how do you do the next episode and episode 7, the season finale? Will they feel more like the Book of Boba Fett, or will they feel more like The Mandalorian when both of them are in the same episodes? I don't know. Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah, which episodes did she direct of Mandalorian season 2? Bryce Dallas Howard. I want to say she directed the finale, season 2 finale with Skywalker. Am I correct in saying that? I am not correct, I don't believe. Oh, okay. Sanctuary and The Heiress. Okay. There we go. I was wrong. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, really good director for sure. I think out of the 2 other episodes of The Mandalorian she directed, this is by far her best. She's directing a Flight of the Navigator movie? A child returns after disappearing for over a decade, and the world has aged without him. Wait. Is this... Wait, is this Flight of the Navigator as in, like, the 1980s movie? A remake of Flight of the Navigator? Oh, 1978? Wait, did it come out in 1978, or was it... ...1986? That's what I thought. I didn't think it was... Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, wow. They're remaking Flight of the Navigator. Is it a show, or is it going to be a movie? Anyway, I'll look into this later. You guys just want to hear me read IMDb? I bet that's super exciting. Anyway, cheers, Sapity. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm hoping the next 2 episodes are on par with what we got today. Or today. I watched it today. On par with what we got last Wednesday, right? Yeah, cheers. I appreciate that, man. I remember the name of the episode because I'm a big nerd. Vance, Caretaker, and Kevin, thank you guys so much. Yeah, one sec. Vince, I saw you mention something about you're going in October. Epcot felt especially dated last time I went. Not the country pavilions as much, but the sci-fi areas. Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure in a second. And I legitimately might make a video about that. I think that'd be a pretty good video to make. Like I took my daughter. We took our daughter to Disney World with my family and whatnot. And this is, again, I've been going to Disney World my entire life. I've lived 2 hours away from Disney World basically my entire life. Been spoiled. Used to have season passes. Used to go all the time. And that place thrives on nostalgia. Nostalgia. And this time, this time around was the first time that I went, man, a lot of this needs to be updated. But yeah, I'm going to make a video about that. Anyway, Vance says, loved seeing the Naboo starfighter. It's a perfect tie into the prequels. So fun watching it fly around Tatooine. Can't wait to see more. Loving Book of Boba Fett. That entire sequence was so playful and fun. I like humor in my Star Wars. Amy Sedaris' character, it was one of my favorites in The Mandalorian. I thought I've been an Amy Sedaris fan since she was on Comedy Central with was it Kids in the Hall? And just I always thought she was great. To see her in a Star Wars thing, it brings it's like the perfect juxtaposition between her and The Mandalorian. There's like this perfect little pinch of goofiness that I think fits so well. And with her and the N1 Starfighter and The Mandalorian and that entire sequence, it was so playful and so much fun. And yeah, when he lifts off and he's, flying around Tatooine, and then he goes out of the pod racing, I believe it's it felt shot for shot almost of some of the pod racing sequences, but he's for sure on the track. Yeah, that just zipping around there was such a blast. But yeah, Vance, hell yeah, man. With the music, it was such an adventurous and playful few minutes again. I think the title of this live stream is that was a lovely piece of Star Wars entertainment. And it was. Like, that entire sequence was just so lovely. It was so lovely. Yeah. More, what is Amy Sedaris' character's name? Amy Sedaris, Star Wars. Pelly? Pelly? Is that how you say it? Pelly? Has that ever been pronounced in the show? Pelly? Pelly. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, Strangers with Candy. That's what I'm thinking of. Kids in the Hall was Dave Foley. Doy. Yeah. I would love to do Drinking Around the World at Epcot. Yeah, that was actually when I turned 21, 14, almost 15 years ago, which is insane to think about. When I turned 21, that's what I did for my 21st birthday. I drank around the world. It's pretty cool. That was a good time. That was a good 21st. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, Vance. Hell yeah. It was a good time. I liked that. I liked the Starfighter sequences. It was great. And Caretaker wanted, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Caretaker said, the bombing of Mandalorian and seeing the K2SO droids marching in the debris reminded me of the beginning of T2, had the Skynet feel, in my opinion. Yeah, I actually, when I was watching it, I had a little notepad file opened and I was jotting down notes. And one of the things that I wrote down was just scene from Terminator. That's my notes. Scene from Terminator. Creed is opposite of Jedi Creed. These are my exceptional notes that when I look at them, I don't know really what I'm talking about, and I'll have to expand on it. But I legitimately wrote, what an absolutely lovely episode at the end. So stupid. But nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, it had a very, very similar feel, Caretaker, for sure. Night of a Thousand Tears and the bombings and the K2 droids and the parallels between that and Terminator was it was undeniable. I think probably everybody that's seen Terminator got that vibe too. You just needed a robot, a Terminator stepping on a Terminator's robot head and crushing it. Does that happen? One of the most frightening and awesome scenes in any movie is when that person is like holding on to the chain link fence, and the power of the sun is detonated in front of them. That is just one of the most terrifying scenes in any movie. Yeah. Anyway, cheers. Kevin George and KC Jones, thank you both so much for the super chats and channel supports. I appreciate that. Closed out year 20 with a bang. So sad scene. Nice. Yeah, we were at Epcot on Saturday, and me and my wife and daughter met up with a couple of my buddy and his wife and their kid, and our like the 4 adults just kind of walked around and had a few beers in various countries, and we would like pop over and ride Nemo, and luckily we got on the Ratatouille ride. We stayed on property for that night, so we were able to get into the park at 9 in the morning opposed to 10, and we got in line, and we were able to get on Ratatouille within like 30 minutes. It was great, which is the newest ride in the park, and the lines are over 2 hours. It's crazy normally, but if you get in the park early, you can usually swing it under an hour. But yeah, Epcot's a fun park, man. They need to do a lot of updating Disney-wide. Let's just say that. But apparently they are currently doing a lot of construction around Epcot and making some upgrades and whatnot. But yeah. Kevin, thank you so much for the channel support. Today is the 25th anniversary of A New Hope Special Edition. Did you see it in a theater? I did. I vividly remember seeing A New Hope Special Edition in the movie theater. I know for a fact I saw The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi Special Editions in the theater as well, but I don't have the same memory of seeing them as I do the Special Edition for A New Hope. I remember that like thumbnail trailer. You know, I remember how cool some of the new shots seemed. I remember being so excited to see these digital effects or whatnot, or these little tweaks and stuff on the big screen. And back then, you know, 25 years ago, I was 10 years old. So back then, I never even thought about the implications of it, or the fact that maybe 25 years from now we wouldn't be able to see the original cut anymore in a modern viewing format, right? But yep, I remember seeing them in the theater, or A New Hope in the theater, special edition, and yeah, back then it was just so cool that I was able to see a Star Wars movie in the theater, you know. And yeah, if they released A New Hope in the theater today, I would go see it with the McClunky version, whatever. I want to go see it on the big screen again, you know. I have not seen A New Hope on the big screen in 25 years. 25 years, man. That's crazy. 25 years it's been? For real? Good God. Good God. Yeah, who would have thought, like, all these years it would be still like the number one thing that I don't like in Star Wars is the special editions and the various versions. Like, and again, it's weird, man, because you say Han shot first, and people who okay, so no matter what you say in this fandom, people are going to roll their eyes and be like, get over it, right? But the whole Han shot first thing it's kind of important for the history of, like, movie preservation. It's not about, like, geeky nitpicking. It's about preserving the originality, the original version of a film that came out in 1977 that, you know, won various awards. It has nothing to do with, like, who shot first. When I say Han shot first, I don't mean, like, obviously if you watch the modern versions of the movie, Greedo fires because that's what they edited him to do post, or after special edition and onward. But when I say Han shot first, what I mean is let's preserve the movie the way it was originally made. Can we please have multiple versions of this movie so, the people who grew up with it the original way for, since from 1977 basically to 1997, can we have that version as well? Or is that relegated to the dust pile of VHSs and laser discs? You know what I mean? It's so weird. So like when I say Han shot first, or when I say I don't like the special editions, for whatever reason, it's funny because whenever there's a certain segment of fandom, not just Star Wars, but fandom as a whole, but especially Star Wars, where no matter what you say, if it's negative, people are like, all Star Wars is good Star Wars, or I'm a positive Star Warser. Like, I find that all Star Wars is good Star Wars, and the people who claim to be positive Star Wars fans are often the most toxic assholes on Twitter or any platform. It's okay not to like things, and in my case, the only thing I really, 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 really do not like for movie preservation and history reasons is the special editions. But that's just me. Can I have that? Can I have that dislike? Anyway, cheers. Casey Jones, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Casey Jones says, if Mando is going to see Grogu and Luke... Oh, one sec.
I gotta head out, but before I go, I'm starting a campaign to get The Rocketeer sequel greenlit, directed by Howard. You don't have to sign anything. You just have to agree with me and I'll feel happy.
Vince, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Give me one sec. KC says, if Mando is going to see Grogu and Luke, you think we could see a young Ben Solo? Pretty sure he'd be around 4 or 5 years old at this point. Oh, interesting. It's interesting that you think we're going to see Grogu. I almost think that that's not going to happen. I almost think that this is, at least not anytime soon. So you're probably right, Casey. We'll probably see him. They'll probably meet up. They'll probably be a, hey, how you doing? But my gut instinct, my first reaction was like, oh, he's going in and hoping to see Grogu. This high expectations. He got him a gift. There's going to be some series of events that is going to prevent him from doing so. You know what I mean? Yeah, interesting. That's a good possibility, Casey. If the timeline adds up, maybe just the knowledge that Ben Solo is there, but maybe not front and center. I don't know if there would be I think that might be a little goofy to see a 4 or 5 year old Ben Solo kind of walking around, bumping his head on the corners of tables. I don't know. That's a possibility. It's a possibility. Do I necessarily want to see that? No. But I guess the possibility is there. But again, I feel like I'm always wrong when it comes to these predictions. But I feel like that was a setup for disappointment, But yeah, Casey, I hadn't really thought of that. I would highly suspect that there will not be any kind of interaction. I don't know, man. Maybe he will meet up with Grogu. There will be a confrontation because he'll want to see him, but they won't let him see him. I don't know, man. Huh. If they do see each other. Okay, here's my prediction, okay? And again, I'm often wrong, so just if whatever I say, just expect the opposite to happen. I predict that Mando will want to go see Grogu, and for whatever reason, he's not allowed to, or events transpire that prevent him. But if we do see Grogu, if Mando does go, we will not see Ben Solo. Okay, that's my prediction. I hadn't really thought of that, Casey, but Is that something people are talking about? It's interesting to come to this conversation a week after the episodes come out, because again, I just watched the episode today for the first time, and I'm sure there's been dialogue over the past week that I've completely missed out on about I mean, everything from Easter eggs to predictions to minor details that I completely missed on my first viewing, you know. Anyway. Casey, I appreciate that, man. Vince, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Vince says, I gotta head out before... Wait, hold on. I gotta head out before I go. I'm starting a campaign to get a Rocketeer... get the Rocketeer sequel greenlit, directed by Howard. You don't have to sign anything. You just have to agree with me, and I'll feel happy. A Rocketeer sequel? Is there a Rocketeer sequel already? The Rocketeer. Is there a Rocketeer 2? Oh, there is no Rocketeer 2? That's surprising. The Rocketeer. Rocketeer is a pretty fun movie, man. I probably haven't seen it since the mid-90s or so, but I remember it being pretty damn fun. Billy Campbell, Jennifer Connelly. Jennifer Connelly was one of my youthful young crushes. Let's see. Billy Campbell, Rocketeer. God, I haven't thought about the Rocketeer in so long. Yes, man, that'd be a fun one to watch. That'd be a fun one to watch. Oh yeah, Vince, there's a Rocketeer, like Disney Junior show where there's a little girl Rocketeer who, I put it on for my daughter. It's been it's probably been like a year. I doubt she didn't really get into it because she doesn't watch it anymore. But yeah, Rocketeer kids show. I forgot about this. Yeah, the Rocketeer, man. If you haven't seen the Rocketeer, check it out. It's a fun one. I feel like 80s, 90s kids grew up with it. The song that's playing right now, it's up in the top left of your screen, but it's called The Empty Moons of Jupiter by Div Kid. Basically, every single song that you hear on my live streams or my videos is from YouTube's free, like, library of music. If you have a YouTube channel, you basically have access to thousands of songs that you can use without any kind of like copyright infringement. It's all copyright free stuff. And there's a lot of great stuff on there too. Anyway, Blonde, yeah. Whenever I just like go on the YouTube audio library and search for ambient or space, or you know what I mean? That's what I usually do. Ambient, space, or synthwave, or I don't even know what I search for, but like lo-fi, certain things like that. And there's a lot of great music out there that I like to use for videos and live streams. But yeah, anyway, cheers, Vince. Best of luck. Boba Bricks, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Coming in with a final super chat and channel support before I head out. I labeled this a 30-minute stream. Here we are at almost an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Boba Bricks says, thoughts on Disney Plus removing / changing movie scenes. Is that a thing? I know that's for certain movies, like, what did we put on the other day? Yesterday we put on Lady and the Tramp, and there was like a disclaimer at the beginning about being, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it basically said, hey, this was made in a different time, there's going to be some culturally insensitive stuff, here's a warning, right? I'm not familiar with them straight out removing or changing scenes in movies. If that's the case, that's... I don't know. I don't agree with that. Yeah, have a disclaimer at the beginning, but just completely changing something to fit 2022. I don't know. What does that solve? What does that solve? I think it's better to look back at how people used to behave or used to think and go and cringe at it. Is that not what the past is meant to do? Is to make us cringe and grow from it? Yeah, have your disclaimer at the beginning, but to completely change things. Again, I'm not familiar with any changes that have been made, but if that's the case, yeah, yeah, disclaimer, all for it. But this is a link to an article. It's old news at this point, but your statement remind me. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look into it, but I know that before like Lilo and Stitch came out, when Lilo and Stitch came out after 9/11, Lilo and Stitch, and they like hastily changed. Okay, so 2002, Lilo and Stitch came out in 2002, and 9/11 happened in 2001, and look this up. It's interesting. They completely changed the ending of the film because of 9/11. It's really interesting. In the original version of Lilo and Stitch, there was a plane that was flying around inside of a city, like in and out of buildings and like, you know, navigating in like around buildings and stuff like that. They completely changed it. Original ending. Yeah, just look it up. It's interesting. I'm sure you've probably seen it, but there was, yeah. Here's a good video on it. So September 2001, the unreleased cut, and then June 2002, the theatrical cut. You can see what was and what became after 9/11. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see. That video is a minute and a half, so check it out. Or just Google Lilo and Stitch original ending. Vox uploaded a video. Anyway. All right. Yeah. Anyway, Boba, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, they changed the airplane to a spaceship, but they also changed the entire background setting from a city to an island. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. That's it for me. We went an hour instead of 30 minutes. That's how these usually go, right? So, as I said, tomorrow I will be uploading a video about the latest episode of the Book of Boba Fett, aka the latest episode of The Mandalorian. And then on Wednesday I will be uploading episode 6 of the Book of Boba Fett. So I'll be all caught up. I've been out of town for a week. We went to Disney World for 4 days. Hung out with my family in a big Airbnb. It was a good time. All right, everybody. So, I'll probably end up doing a stream tomorrow night as well, so stay tuned for that. If you can hang out, I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you when I see you. Cool. Maybe I'll play some Shadows of the Empire tomorrow night too, yeah? Cool. Anyway. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Cool? Cool. Oh! Leben Digis? Just pensed? I'm a big dumb idiot, so I will I butchered your name completely. But LG, thank you. I'm going to call you LG. That's what idiots do. They abbreviate things and create initialisms of things. LG, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support right before I jump off. LG, thank you so much. LG says, yo, I'm actually catching a live stream for once. Nice, man. Well, I'm about to jump off, so. Well, I'll send you a super chat of what I was going to say next time then. Okay, cheers, man. Cheers. I appreciate that. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow night. So, tomorrow night around maybe 8 something. I don't know. 8:15, 8:30. I really don't know. But anyway, I'll see you when I see you. I'll probably end up doing a short stream tomorrow night, like a legit short stream. I won't have as much time as I did tonight. So, all right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Cool? Cool. All right. Later, guys. See ya.